this musical has everything. It has coups, it has ballet, it has war, it has murder. I went in completely cold and had a marvelous time. Okay, friend, I love hosting this podcast with you, but today we're going to treat you like a guest because you are producing Anastasia at the Sterling Playmakers, premiering next weekend, July 24th. And I want to be able to introduce you as Elyse, producer of Anastasia
See?
at the
It's
Sterling
on the shirt.
Playmakers.
Hold on.
It's on the
I'm right
shirt.
there.
You're right there. Oh my gosh, that's
I know.
amazing. This was completely new to me and it completely bowled me over. So, you and your cast and the directing team and everybody involved in making this thing has just been absolutely crushing it, clearly. So, thank you. I was so grateful to have that sneak peek. I was so excited.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. It has been a journey.
So, can you tell me a little bit about the story, very high level? What do you want the audiences to know going in, and then leave the rest out where you want them to be surprised if they're like me and haven't seen it?
Yeah, so generally at the top level, Anastasia is a story based on the real life of the Romanov family, who were the leaders of Russia at the turn of the 20th century. In 1918, there was a revolution in Russia, and actually, in order to do away with the royal family, the Bolsheviks ended up executing the Romanov family, the entire family, including the youngest son, so that there would be no more succession. In the wake of the revolution, rumors started flying that one of the children had actually escaped, and this idea took flight. It got more steam when a German woman named Anna Anderson started to claim that she was, in fact, the Grand Duchess Anastasia, and she had escaped execution. And fun fact, she actually ended up dying here in Virginia, in Charlottesville in the 90s. So this rumor lasted right into our lifetime, which is just crazy. But the folks who wrote this story wanted to kind of follow that thought of what would happen if she did survive, and what would that look like, and who would she be? And the story came from there.
Wasn't the original animated musical rated G somehow?
Yeah, and the original animated musical, which you have not seen, had the villain is actually kind of a mystical version of an advisor who actually lived and worked with the Romanovs, Rasputin. He died a few years in real life. He died a few years before the revolution, and to make the animated film. To have a villain in the animated film and to keep it away from the politics, they actually made him like a reanimated corpse who is out for revenge on the Romanovs and is chasing Anastasia down to try and kill her to like complete the mission. And that is such a dark premise, and I can't believe me as a child was like obsessed with this movie, and that didn't upset me at all. I mean, I don't remember it upsetting me at all.
Ugh. Well, this stage adaptation is, if you go in familiar, it has some of the music from the movie, but then has an entirely new fleet of songs. The story's different. It is not supernatural in any way. It has more of a Bolshevik revolution political cloak and dagger feel, which has its own fun twist. This
Well,
is
and you forgot romance.
and romance. It's straight romance. Even though this was written by a bunch of queens, it is still straight romance, but so well performed by your leads.
Yeah.
So they did sway me. Yes.
I mean, they're pretty fabulous, so.
Where should folks first find tickets? Give me what the audience needs in order to make sure that their butts are in seats come showtime.
Excellent. So, I am the producer of this musical. It's a community theater production of Anastasia the Musical in Northern Virginia. So we actually perform under the company of the Sterling Playmakers. You can find us at sterlingplaymakers.org. Tickets are on sale there. We open Friday, July 24th, and we run Friday, Saturday, Sunday every weekend for 3 weekends. So we close on Sunday, August 9th, and we do have actually 10 performances, which is a little different for the Playmakers. Normally we only do 9 for the summer show. Our 10th performance will be our understudies in a special Saturday matinee on August 1st.
Amazing. I do have my tickets. I can't wait to see it again. Leesburg is a hike for some DMV folks, but it's got a lot nearby.
Well, and
There are a lot of restaurants. You can make an evening of it.
historic Leesburg is actually quite beautiful, and if you have not been, it is has so many restaurants, and they are all 5 minutes from the theater. We're performing at Loudoun County High School, so it's you can make a day of it.
So you and I have been friends for a long time. We worked together at USAID, and after USAID, you got involved in community theater. When I attended last night, you showed up in stage crew gear, and I'm realizing maybe I need to revisit my understanding of producer. What does a producer do? I'm ashamed to ask.
No, this is the number one question I get. In fact, it's the only question I get usually. So, the producer is essentially the business project manager for the show. So anything you can think of that an HR representative would do, a CFO would do, a COO would do. Think of it in terms of the directors in charge of everything that's on the stage and how it looks. They want to have their vision come to life. I oversee the 40 or so people who make the vision come to life. Our publicity team, our tech team, which includes the lights, sound, projections, and the stage crew. I oversee the folks who built the sets. So literally anything that's not on the stage kind of goes through me. And my style of producing is I very much view this as hosting. I am the person who is the safe person to go to if there's something wrong. I'm the person who gets there first to make sure the doors are open. And I'm the person who leaves rehearsal last to make sure everybody's out of the building.
One thing that has surprised me since moving to Northern Virginia, I can't speak to the state of community theater everywhere, but the state of community theater in this region is out of this
It
world.
is.
You use the term community theater, which I think everyone has an immediate assumption in their mind of what to
They do.
expect. This is this is a full ensemble piece. The production quality on this is insane. I my mind has been blown several times over. Like we have so much by way of powerhouse
Yeah.
material in this area. Blows my mind. And so can you speak to just how much work is involved in pulling something like that off? Because that's not easy, right?
It's not. We I think to your point, the Sterling Playmakers are a member of the Washington Area Theater Community Honors, the Watch Awards. And so this is an organization that essentially we pay membership dues into and we're part of, and the folks who are part of this community theater community um are the judges. So we have people from all over the DMV, the district, Maryland and Virginia, coming to our production, and they sit there and they judge what we're doing, and then they submit their judgments to a central body. And this past spring, actually, the show I did last fall won 2 Watch Awards. So this is like a very competitive atmosphere here in the DMV. And I think it makes us all better. We love trading secrets and we help each other with costumes and the sets that we use in our production, we actually repurposed them from a high school who just did Anastasia in the spring. So we've given second life to these beautiful sets that were designed for a high school production in a completely different building, in a completely different use. But we've made them our own and made them part of our story that we're telling. So I love the community aspect of community theater. And I think because we have this drive to be good. It actually makes us really proud of the work that we put into it.
So, okay. What has the process been like for this particular show?
Well, every theater company is a little different. The theater company that I'm a part of, the Sterling Playmakers, is actually a part of the Loudoun County government. So we are considered part of the Parks and Rec department. And so even though we operate as an independent organization, this affords us access to Loudoun County facilities because we are deemed a public good. And so we actually, because of that, we don't have our own theater. We don't have our own rehearsal space, which is kind of unique. A lot of the theaters in this area have their own space, like Little Theater of Alexandria that you just referenced. They have their own building, which people may not think that is a huge deal, but it is a huge deal. And so over the course of the past 4 months, we rehearsed in a middle school. We rehearsed in an elementary school. We rehearsed in a community center. We rehearsed in a local Episcopal church. We rehearsed in library community rooms. Like, we have made full use of the resources in Loudoun County to make sure that our 44 actors have a place to set down their bags and open their scores and learn this gorgeous music that is quite complicated and absolutely beautiful. It's one of those joys that I've gotten to know my community so much better by being a part of this organization because we are kind of woven into the fabric of the county. We have to kind of depend on the kindness of strangers. Like, if we do not have access to the library or the community center, I need to scurry around and find somewhere to host our rehearsals. And in fact, this year, the unique challenge we had was the school we use every year for for our shows, right in Sterling, Virginia, was undergoing construction. And so we had to find a new home, which is why this year, for the very first time, the Sterling Playmakers are performing in Leesburg, Virginia.
That's amazing. Well, I think the community is very lucky to have you all. So, okay, then who is this for? The history is pretty bleak, but the packaging is for the whole family. And so
If you want to see pretty princess dresses and really cool costumes,
the costuming is positively regal and stunning. There is an entire sequence that opens the second act in a club. It's very of the 20s, and that entire sequence blew my mind. You have a show stealer in there too, by the way. Okay, so the history is kind of for the history buffs, and it's got an aura of mystery around it, and then the actual production is for the entire family. Do you have any other thoughts on who it was for?
yeah, I would say the only caution I've given families is there are prop weapons that are used and loud noises. So if that impacts your children or anyone in your family, just know that that's the case. But otherwise, I completely agree. It's fun for the whole family. We take a journey from 1907 through 1927. So we span about 20 years' time from when Anastasia is a little girl until Anya is a grown woman looking for her family. We span 2 different countries. We go from Russia, both before the revolution and after the revolution, so the Soviet Union. And then we go to France. The costumes, as Tanner alluded, are period. They just like transport you to a different period, and it's so much fun. The lore around how this film even got made to begin with is in and of itself super interesting. In the 90s, after the like golden renaissance of Disney, several high-ranking animators left Disney and basically defected to other companies. And 20th Century Fox Animation was founded by former Disney animators. And their 2 big projects to launch their animation division were Anastasia and The Prince of Egypt.
And they both succeeded. I think your director was telling me this made it into the top 10 that year.
And
Box
97 was a
office,
big
so.
year. I love this movie. I've loved it since I was a child. I love that I get to put this musical on a stage for people to enjoy.
Am I allowed, as producer, to ask you what your favorite number from the pieces? We can sign off on that.
Stay I Pray You is my favorite song because you and I met when we worked at USAID, and displaced people was like a huge part of the work we did. And Stay I Pray You is all about leaving your home not because you want to, but because you have to. And so it actually really touches me in in a way that
Mm.
many of the other songs delight me, but that song kind of hits at my core.
Be prepared to
To cry.
cry a little if you're
I've listened to it about 1,000 times in the past several months, and yet it still kind of like makes me tear up.
amazing. Okay. Go get those tickets at sterlingplaymakers.org,
Dot
right?
org.
It's worth it. It is worth the time. It's worth the day trip. Well done, friend.